It is 6 o'clock in the morning again, and I do not want to keep doing videos in my bonnet, but it is 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm trying to find something to put on because my hair is dry because my bonnet fell off while I was sleeping. Where is my little house? This is what I was looking for. This is not where it belongs. Why is this hanging here? Which, by the way, if you like this, I will leave the link in the description. I got it from Amazon. And this is what I'm talking about with my bipolar. If I don't put things back exactly where they usually are, I don't know where they are. I just feel dehydrated, like I can't hold water. I'm ruled by Pluto and Mars. Mars is very dry. I'm ruled by hell and war. Pluto and Mars. Which are my ruling planets for my sun sign. Summer. Do my hair. I'm just gonna moisturize my hair while I talk to y'all. It's like I didn't want to cover it, and I just woke up. I usually do my hair after I get out the shower because my hair needs to be moisturized. Now I use all different types of stuff for my hair. And for those of you that have seen my other videos, you know that I'm switching from non-natural products to natural products. But today I'm using a mixture of this and this and African shea butter unrefined. Both have benefits, but unrefined is better. So yeah, I wanted to talk today. Do you have a kid that you don't want to discipline because it's always going to be an argument? If you do you have that one argumentative child where no matter how you correct them, they have a talent for switching the situation around and making the problem about you? I have one of those. And it irks me so much because I see a lot of the low-key narcissistic behaviors that their father exhibited in this child. But it's like, you don't want to say that because, well, that's a dick thing to say. Like, wow, that's exactly what your father did. But see, in my case, first of all, in the middle of a disagreement, it's not the time to bring that up. But in a calm time, that's something that would need to be brought up because my ex had a lot of mental health issues. And now so do, well, our whole family does, the kids, me, but for them, it's important to understand how their parents are affecting them genetically because of their mental health, so that they understand that they may have a predisposition to certain things. And because we raised them, they may also have picked up some of our habits. Some of them picked up lying. All of them picked up yelling. You know, just manipulative behaviors. And it makes it very challenging to discipline them sometimes. Especially since I was a very young mother. I had our first son when I was 18. So I'm 41 right now, and my oldest son is about to be 23. So I basically grew up with my kid. I thought that I was grown when I was 18 because I had been on my own since I was 14. I got kicked out when I was 14, so I had to start working. I was working at 14 and 9 months. I got kicked out when I was 15, so right around there. Started working at 14 and 9 months. By 15, I had been kicked out and had my own apartment. So I'm adopted. So when I say cousin, mom, whatever, these are adopted people I'm speaking of. Related by adoption. Relations. They're not my blood family, is the point. So anyway, I had a cousin. She was so mean. She didn't even like me. She had broken up with her baby father or whatever and left an apartment, so I sublet it from her. I didn't know anything about running a household at that time, and I actually had a boyfriend who was like 23. Now I'm 15, but I'm the 15 that, like, I had advanced classes at school, like honors classes, and had straight A's, and like had a job, and like, you know what I mean? The only thing that you would say that I did bad was that I smoked weed. Like, that's it. But you gotta understand, at this point, I had already lost a child, been in 2 long term, in my eyes, long term, because it was a year and a half relationships. I'm 15 now, okay? And cooked, cleaned, stuff like that, knew how to balance a checkbook, knew how to make a martini. Like, I wasn't just some young-minded 15-year-old. Like, I've been way pushed into an adult role. Only hung out around adults unless I was at school. Had gone to private school half my life type situation. Like, went home to study type situation. That's how I grew up. You know, there was a lot of education, and I appreciate that. Like, thank God. Like, I was raised to really appreciate education and to value it above all else. And for that, I am appreciative. I got to grow up around a lot of books and, you know, art supplies and stuff like that. And I got used to being by myself. Like, I was adopted and both my parents were professionals. So I spent a lot of time alone, and I spent a lot of time reading and drawing, coloring, and, you know, playing with my dolls and practicing my handwriting and, you know, pretending to cook. I was used to pretend to do all the things I do right now. Oh, and then when I got a little older, I got into video games. So it's like I've always been the same person, low-key. Now I just have a harder exterior. But my heart has been the same. Oh my God. My silly little forgiving heart. It's so hard raising boys when they get to be this age. When they hit 19, it's like they try to get big on me. And it's like I feel as though I cannot discipline them from my point of view. I feel like I have to discipline them from their father's point of view. Or that they will be too soft. It's very challenging. Especially when they are being especially when I feel disrespected. Because often they're just saying and doing what they do in their way, but I feel disrespected by the way they're doing it. And then there's the times when they're definitely just purposefully being disrespectful. And it's like, I'll knock you the fuck out, because you're not about to sit up here and talk to me crazy. Like, you already taller than me, bigger than me, you swole, and I'm taking care of you, and I spoil my kids. Like, I'm always going around cleaning. I play the maid role. I organize everything in their rooms. I always try to cook the perfect meals for them. You know, so I play the chef. I make sure they get back and forth the way they gotta go and style. Hi, Birdie! This is Verdi. Say hi. Leave them down Frankie's on my bed. You probably wanted to know what was going on about all the commotion and stuff. Hold on, let me see what I was talking about. My bad, I had to feed Birdie. It gets so loud. I did not realize how much of the sound gets canceled out when I have my windows closed until it was raining really, really, really hard. And I had to close the windows. And I fell asleep and had the most peaceful night's sleep. I mean, I realized, because you can't hear anything on the outside. It's really noisy sometimes. But for some reason, I don't feel like that's been triggering my bipolar the way that it did in the other apartment, which is weird. Maybe it does. I don't know. I am up at 6 in the morning for no reason. I'm just joking. There's always a reason. I don't want to repeat the mistakes of my forbearers. Sorry. For real though, I don't want to do the same dumb shit that all the women around me are doing. And I saw everybody from rehab do that, get into these toxic relationships because they hadn't done the work, the self-work to change. You know, I don't want to do that. But yes, challenging. So now I have to learn how to basically do the same thing I'm asking them to do. Be triggered and not come out your mouth crazy. I need to get out of my feelings about being disrespected and just look at them from a trauma place. Like, when people act out like that, it is a trauma response. And I need to be the leader and the mom and be solid and understand this is not about you feeling disrespected. Bitch, get out your feelings. Right? This is about a child who has been through actual hell, who relies on you to keep it together. Keep it together, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together. That'll be our new mantra. Let me put it to a beat in my head. Well, it's more like keep it together, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together, gotta keep it together, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together. I promise you, the next time they piss me off, that is going to play in my soul. And I'm going to be standing there laughing. And then they going to do a video about how crazy I am. Because every time we get into a disagreement, I just start laughing. But it's not going to have anything to do with them. So that's the plan. Because I'm not just going to keep it the way it is. As far as communication, it should never get to a point where it's yelling. Because it stresses everybody out so much. It stresses me out to do it. Stresses them out to hear it. They have siblings that have to listen to it. It's not good. It's all bad. Shout out to Lance off the yacht. It's just all bad. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do better. Everything I write down becomes true. And everything I try to do comes through. And even if it doesn't, I learn something new. Bars. It's like, my hair's growing already, and that's crazy to me. It was so short. I'm really glad that I cut it. $5 to cornrow it today. Cornrow it. Cornrow. Yeah. I love my kids. And I need to realize in real time, they are mirrors of me. Ra, he has my exact voice. No, you don't understand. If he responds to somebody across the house, they think it's me. Like, somebody will be like, Mom, such and such. And just to be funny, bro, she'll be like, blah, 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 and say something smart, and they'll think it's me. And they'll be like, Mom, why you say that? And be like, oh my God, I did not say that. And it's so funny. If he answered my phone, you would think he was me. It's crazy. It's so crazy. And they have my eyes. So especially when they're mad at me and they're just looking back at these burning eyes, I'm like, damn, is that how I look? Damn, let me calm that down. So that is really challenging, but I can do it. I'm up for the challenge. I'm always going to constantly be tested, and I'm so glad that I saw that video, and I understand now that I'm always going to be tested, because I would get too comfortable. I would overcome some major challenge, and I'd be like, great, glad that's over with, and I'd just kick back. No. And then here comes some more bullshit. And I'm like, oh my God, it always seems like I'm waiting for the ceiling to fall. I used to go to this meeting. It was like a Bible study, whatever. And the man would be like, you're either coming out of a crisis and going into one. And I'm like, damn, that's like morbid. But then I was like, dang. That's true. But it still didn't hit me that the universe was testing me. And all these years, I don't really remember anyone telling me that. Maybe I had come across it and I just wasn't on the same bandwidth. I don't know. I'm there now. We don't get stuck in regret. That's a trap for depression. So we just going to focus on now. try not to focus on the future too much. I already set my intentions. I know where I want to be. I was just about to tell y'all, but the family decided we won't tell anybody. But yeah, I know exactly where I want to go. You gotta protect your dreams, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell people. I even catch myself doing it. Sometimes one of the kids will be like, I want to do such and such. In my head, I'll be like, and I'll be like, oh my God, how would you feel? How did you feel when people did that to you? You felt awful, so why are you doing that? So like now, I have like this when you love me unconditional faith in them. Just don't even think about whether they can do it or not. When they're like, Mom, I want to do such and such. I'm like, I believe in you. I believe in you. Let's go do it. And that's it. That's all anybody ever needs. Because how the F do you know whether or not that shit gonna work out or not? You don't. You don't. And I don't want to be that doubt in someone else that was instilled in me so long ago. That causes me to doubt myself to this day. It's like, nah, it's all good. We gonna work through that. Almost done. So this is the takeaway. 1, the next time I'm in a situation that's escalating, I'm gonna shut it down. We are done with trying to address issues when we're triggered. And I'm like, we'll just talk about this later. I don't want to make a space for an opportunity to argue. What we're gonna do is give each other space and walk away, and we'll talk about it later. And that's what I have to do from a leadership position, is to control the environment. So now I have to find internal practices, which segues to my next change, playing that song in my head. You know, I have to keep it together, and I can do that. I forgot the song. It's okay. I don't remember when I play it back. But yeah, we're going to keep it together. It's the Keep It Together song. See? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, thank you. Third thing, prayer. I'm going to pray about this situation. And I read something that said you should pray as much about the things that you worry about. Did I say that right? As much as you worry about the things that you worry about, you should pray about them. I feel like I'm not saying this right, but I feel like you understand what I'm saying. So I've been trying to do that. So when I find myself worrying about something, I'll stop and I'll pray about it. So those are 3 different ways to say the one thing that I still haven't said the right way, but hopefully the message hits. So those are the things that I'm going to do to fix this situation with my argumentative team. I'm not going to make a space for them to be argumentative. I already know that this is how they are, and I also know that this is how I cannot be. So when I say what I say, I will make sure I say it in an extremely calm way, even if I'm irritated. So that's the rule. Don't communicate when you're irritated. I'm going to write that down so that it actually happens. Let's do it in black. So it's super solid. Do not communicate when triggered. Wow, is this notebook full? This notebook is full, baby. Wow. Nice. I've been writing a lot in my red one, but today I'm going to do yellow. Okay, come through. I forgot to mark off my calendar, so I'm a little lost. Okay. Hey. No. Communication when triggered. Do not make a space for arguments. I was about to do the most. I've been trying to learn how to keep it simple, even when I'm writing songs. I just, by nature, go a little deeper. That helps me figure things out, like I'm doing right now. Calm yourself. Use alchemy and prayer to diffuse inner trigger. Have a great week. I love y'all. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Thank you. Thanks for growing with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you got something useful out of this video. I did. Oh, hold up. Let me show you my dragon. My dragon. Do you have an argumentative team? How do you deal with it when they challenge you? Comment down below. Have a great week. I love you guys. Peace.